and all. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about being natural, not depending of anything externally like an addiction, but how can we have our own natural health preserved, and that way we can really um, have the life I'm talking about. Okay, live well, live long, and live in joy. That's my dictum in my introductory thing that I send all the posts on. Okay, um, that's quite possible because we kind of got into chemicals so much they rob some of our energy. So I just heard a story on the public channel. They were investigating on these stories on aspartame and other artificial sweeteners. And this gentleman, he was a journalist from Washington Post. So he dug in several thousands of that kind of posts on the social media and found out that there are so many registered dietitians are endorsing this aspartame because they're taking money from the companies of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, things like that, where they use aspartame in their products, right? So they basically taking the money and giving false information to the public, right? And that kind of thing is how our society has become so much chemical oriented. And then if you want to have natural energy, if you want bubbly energy, you don't want to really use any chemicals as far as possible, right? If you don't know and you're taking it, that's different, but you don't drink, don't smoke, don't do drugs, and don't do all these artificial energy drinks. I prefer move the body and dance or climb the hill or go for a walk or run, jump, whatever you are, play a game, whatever you want to do, exercise the body, keep it moving, and also take rest from the mind, constant chattering, right? That will for sure and really increase your energy, right? So, and also you eat natural food, organically grown food, that will help you a lot too. So this is something is known for people, but people you know they don't pay attention to it. So that's what I'm trying to talk about here. See, in the wellness aspect of it is uh, something you want to proactive about. That means you give uh, importance to it. You put it in the agenda where you say, how am I eating, how I'm moving and being active and exercising, and basically leading an active life, right? No matter what age it is, whatever limitations you may have, but then just trying to move from whatever it is. We find that very often in the patients who are confined to the bed after some surgery or pregnancy or whatever, they don't recover their energy that easily if they lay down in the bed all the time. We know all that. That's why we do what is called early ambulation. Get them out of the bed and make them move. That's what we do, right? So that is very evident. Actually, it was invented by a farmer in Japan, and he found both the calves and also the ladies. They get much better if you make them get up in the right after surgery or right after whatever convalescence they need it for, right? So that is something you want to understand, and then you really encourage that movement. Okay, so be proactive about matters of wellness. Understand what is full wellness. Like I described, you have a body that is strong, that is flexible, and that does have these creaks and joint pains and all that. Right? If you move, your joints will be much more healthy, right? And also energy. Like I said, don't take all those carbonated drinks, energy drinks, and all that. And then you want to make sure your mind is alert, awake, aware, and also in the moment, right? And sharp. You can retain facts and you can imagine well, and all those things are there. And also, you want to cultivate a kind, compassionate heart, which is very good. There's a heartfulness I talk about, and you always have enough strength and energy to do your stuff. Okay, so there are wellness aspects of the societal where you don't encourage separation. You try to be interconnected with as many people as possible. Understand all that, so I thought I will come here and give people chance to really have any contribution they can make in terms of what they do, or if they have a question on wellness which I could answer, I would be happy to do that. Hi, Kanan. How are you, Kanan? Right. Kanan, I know him. I'll ask him to come. Okay. So it's a thing that I would like to provide a service here, where I will be coming and talking specific topics anyway. But once in a while, I want to provide a half an hour, 1 hour, just to answer some questions in case somebody has them. There are people uh, on the wisdom app. Four of them are there. Uh, so Sebastian, Julie is there, Mark, Matt, and Mary, and I'm just vital. Yeah, vital energy. That's important. Uh, so this is a something that you want to understand. This is something that you want to keep in mind about this proactive wellness. What does it mean? I have been explaining that, but still I will give one more time. You be proactive about saving money. You be proactive about repairing your car, and so that it won't break down on a journey. And then you are being proactive about maintenance and what is required to make them lubricate and everything, right? Like that, the body also has to be proactive. Now, in the modern times, scientifically speaking, we have a lot of tools to encourage people for the personalized health, right? So you can personalize your health. But everybody is not the same, right? They are different ones. Some people may be obese, some people may be too thin, some people may be having some underlying conditions. We have so many varieties of people come to the clinic or to the hospitals too. So our recommendation will be tailored to what they are, what they could be. Like that, your family, what were the prevalent diseases, and your own eating habits, your own working habits, your own keeping mind clean, and all that. So based on that, you can anticipate what you could develop down the line. For example, diabetes happens in the families because the people who eat the same for generations, they are not paying attention that food may be tasty, but it's not good for you chemically, right? It's not good for you not to cause the disease. It does cause the disease. Chief among them are diabetes, hypertension, heart disease, and all this, right? Then, according to your habits, you may have smoking, then you develop other problems too. So, like that. So, based on your family history, the tendencies of recurrent diseases in you, the tendencies of recurrent lifestyles that are causing those diseases, you have a good idea about what it is, right? Instead of waiting 40 years and then going and checking your blood sugar, if you have this inclination, and then as a teenager, you kind of pay attention to what kind of fast foods are you eating, what kind of food is served at home, and all that. Then you go and just check yourself for the blood. We can tell you whether you will develop a full-blown diabetes later or not. These days, it's happening much more. Even 10-year-old is obese and then gets the diabetes. That is type 2, not even type 1, type 2, where they are not dependent on insulin, but the diet and exercise control, a lot of them will not manifest the full-blown diabetes, right? So that is what it is. So proactive wellness means that not only taking advantage of whatever you know, but also really having the tests done, so that it will reveal you how vulnerable you are, and then you can arrest those behavior patterns or um, whatever habits that you have, right? uh, that's important because you want to spend one penny now, later on you can save maybe thousands of dollars. And also the quality of life, that's the important thing to understand. If you can do that, lots of times you can be healthy. On the other hand, for example, cancers, right? We have a schedule for the cancer checkup on every patient. But suppose you have genetic know-how, you know your genome, and then you know your family history, that can make your proactive diagnosis of cancer much more accurate, much more easy. And also you may nip it in the bud when they first appear, that kind of thing, right? And also a lot of circumstances, nutrition, the availability of good food, and also um, the activities, all those things matter, right? So even if you are poor, you don't have much money, but if you are intelligent and you are buying the proper food and eating it properly, you will avoid a lot of problems related to the food. Okay. And these days we can do comprehensive metabolic panels, whereby we can discover what your organs are, how they are doing, and all that. Insufficiency we used to call renal insufficiency. Now we call it as acute renal failure, early part, right? And we can discover it from the blood test. Liver problems we can discover from the blood test, and your water and electrolyte problems and the endocrine problems. So we can have suggestions from the blood test, and then we can do specific thyroid functions and all that, and then we will know how your metabolic picture is going on, right? And then we can see your blood count and tell you what kind of anemia you have. What kind, suppose you are like an alcoholic, we can see the MCH, and then it is more than 100, that we know. MCV, mean corpuscular volume. There's a volume of the red blood cell, right? Based on that, we can tell you that you are drinking or not. So indirect evidence, the liver function test also can be there. So these are all preliminary, but even more of supplemental deficiency, um, and more of vitamin deficiency, more of you are brooding something because you have accumulated some copper, that related diseases to that, or iron storage diseases. There's so many things we can tell you just by the blood test, and then we can do further tests after that. But the essential thing is you can proactively uh, ask for it and know about it, and then go and ask your provider, let me have these things done. Then you may discover a lot of the very early stages. That's when you want to interfere with, maybe change in your lifestyle, or taking some medications or some injections for iron deficiency, like that. They will make a lot of, suppose a lot of people miss the thyroid, and they are putting a lot of weight, and then finally they check it, and they see just giving a simple thyroid medications and thyroid, you can correct all that, and then you'll be much better off after that. Even physically you feel better. The thyroid is deficient, if you don't take it, you will feel it. You will feel that the tiredness and all that. Okay. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. Best be aware of proactive wellness management is initiative coming from you. That's where it is a personalized medicine, right? So you come and you acquire, and you get tested and use the modern medicine at the time. And when you come to the lifestyles, you can adopt some of the ancient health healing systems, like my personal favorite is yoga, Pilates, or martial arts, or Tai Chi we were talking about last night. That's a wonderful, wonderful martial arts. Any of those things that you can do. Um, I'm partial to the ancients because they led a very healthy, natural, and commonsensical life, and also they were very reverent to the nature. So they protected the nature. So we need that also because we are spoiling the earth in so many ways. So we'll be simple. We consume only what we need, and also we do mostly natural, organic. We are better off. We're drinking the water that is now having the plastic fibers in it. So we're polluting everything like that. So be proactive about aspects of your wellness, and I'm here all the time. Anybody has questions, I will be happy to answer them. And I will be coming here to talk on a daily basis also, at least half an hour, 1 hour, right? If more people are there, we can talk more time too. Otherwise, this looks like I'm recording, and people on the wisdom also come up sometimes they don't. Most of the time they don't. I don't know why it is, but that's okay. I'm used to say what I want to say. I'm happy to say that, and then if anybody comes, that's fine. Otherwise, I'll be seeing you again tomorrow with the same hour. This time I'll come with a specific topic that we can talk about. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for listening to me. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.